And good afternoon. It's Jeff Whipple again, and this is Tech20 Tuesday. It's Tuesday afternoon, and we're going to spend the next 20 minutes or so talking about Smart Notebook. So, Smart Notebook, and I'm going to just come back to here. Smart Notebook is the software that is made to go with your smart board. So many of you, in fact, I think every classroom in the district has a smart board. There's very commonly used, and a lot of teachers are doing some really great things with them. And so what we want to do is just to talk about sort of some of the ideas and some of the options you have and some of the tools that you can use. So we're going to break this into two pieces. Today we're going to look at sort of the basics of the smart board, and next week we're going to look at the smart toolkit and the smart exchange. So, and that'll be, by the way, the last two Tech20 Tuesdays for this school year. So today we're going to take a look at the very, very basics of Smart Notebook. So I am going to start a new Smart Notebook file. And I'm going to save this, yes. And it's going to open up. So now I have got a very brand new Smart Notebook file. So one of the things that, and it's telling me that it's not responding. I love that. So there it goes. So one of the things that's kind of cool with Smart Notebook is that you know, I kind of refer to it as PowerPoint on steroids. It's really engaging for the kids, and you can use it. It works really well with, as I said, with the smart board. They're designed to go together. You can use other programs with the smart board. In fact, you can use any program with the smart board. You can use PowerPoint, any of those, but they don't have all the kinds of interactive features that the Smart Notebook program has. So we're going to start here and just pull or look around the page and see what we can do. So the first thing that you see is that across the top, up here where I don't know if you see my mouse up here at the top, but that bar along the top is the toolbar. Down along the side, we've also got some other icons down along the left-hand side, and I'm going to open those up. So I've clicked on the top one, and it is the one that looks like a blank page, and it opens up my pages that I have created. Right now, I've only got the one page because we really haven't done anything with it. If you don't like the sidebar on that side and you want to have it on the other side, you notice right in here, and I am hopefully, I don't know, I can't write on that. So right in on the left-hand side, you see a double arrow about halfway down. And if I click on that, you notice that it puts the slide bar or the slide bar over on the right-hand side. I prefer it on the left. I'm going to move it back over there, but you can move it around. The other thing is that a lot of people, especially with younger children, find that the toolbar, they want it on the bottom. So here at the top, up in their top right-hand corner, you see a couple of options, and one of them is a double arrow, and if I click on that, it moves the toolbar to the bottom. And that way, smaller kids, shorter kids, have ability to access the toolbar if they're doing some creation on the smart board. I like it at the top, mainly because I don't need it at the bottom. So right now I've got a single page and there's nothing on it. So it's just a blank page. So I can come across and let's just have a look at some of the icons, and maybe we will start. I'm just going to put out some text here, and so I'm going to say page 1 title. So this is going to be my title page for page 1. So you see that page 1 is here. I can create another page simply by clicking on this icon. It says add page, and so I'm going to click on it, and you notice now that I've got 2 pages, and on this page I'm just going to put page 2 just so you can see what's going on. So I've got page 1, page 2. I can use these 2 buttons, previous page and next page, or down here along the sidebar there's 2 similar buttons to go back and forth between page 1 and page 2. I can delete a page simply by clicking on the red button with the X, and that's usually a sign of delete. This is simply a save, as we all recognize. The old floppy disk is still the icon for saving something, so we would save using that floppy disk. We've got a few options when it comes to viewing. So right now we're sort of in this work mode where we can have it up on the board or we can be working on it at home. But often when we're working with students, we want to maximize the real estate of the screen that we're using, and we want to be able to make sure that they can see the whole thing. So if I click here on this screen, the little TV monitor, you notice here I get some options. I get a full screen, which means that all of the stuff, and I'm just going to click it, so all of the stuff, all of the work stuff goes away, and all we've got is the simple page, page 1 and page 2. We've still got this control, and this, by the way, is a floating toolbar, so if I grab the top of it, I can move it to wherever I want to move it to. I can move back and forth using the 2 buttons on the toolbar to go back and forth. And underneath, if I want to go back to the workspace, or the work option, I can exit full screen just by clicking on the monitor. But right here you see it says more options. And if I click on that, it's going to give me all of the options that I've got on my regular toolbar. So if I want to go to a pen, I can simply come in here, click on a pen, and now I can start to draw on it. So I've got options or access to all of the different options that I have on the toolbar in the, sort of the work view, as I call it. I'm going to come back to the work view just so we can go across and have a look at some other things. So this is a paste button, so you can copy and paste. This is kind of cool. I'm going to get back out of that. There we go. So you notice right here, coming across, I've got a paste. I've got a screen capture. So if I've got something I want to capture, I can just click on that. It will take a picture of it. This is for a smart document camera. So if I've got a smart document camera, if I click on it, then the image that's being projected in that smart document camera, I don't have one connected right now, will show up in this window here. It won't work with other document cameras. It has to be the smart one. So you know, if you've got one in your school, that's great. You can use it. This is kind of a cool piece. This is a screen shade, and so if you put this on, you notice it covers everything up. Oh, excuse me. But what it can do is it can show pieces of the screen, little pieces of the screen as you move along. So you might have a set of words, or you might have you know, something that you want the kids to only see a piece of and not get distracted by what's at the bottom of the page. So you can put a screen shade on. It will pull from the top, it'll pull from the bottom, it'll pull from either side. So you can see here that I can pull it from this side and this side. It won't pull from all 4 at once. So you can have your choice of either top, bottom, and side, either one of the sides. If you put it on and leave it as your final document, if you save it in this position, when you come to this slide in your next document, as you open it for this in front of the students, the screen shade will be in whatever location if you save it there for that you put it in to start with. So I'm going to create a new document or a new page, and new pages, simply click on the green right up here, and that will create a new page for you. So I'm on page 3. So then we've got tables. So I can make a table. So for instance, if I'm working with kids and we've got a table here, I can type in their name. So we could put in names and create a table, do some data collection, and so students can get used to doing that. You can actually handwrite in these sections as well. And I'm going to try it. I'm not at a smart board, so it won't work so well. But if I choose a pen, and I'm going to try to handwrite in purple my name, just using my mouse. So you will notice here that as I write my name, that should work. If I now come up here to the select button and click on my name, you notice it sees it as a single object or a single image, as long as it's on the same line. And it will actually, if I click on the pull down button here and the little pull down menu up in the top right hand corner, it will recognize it as my name. So it recognizes handwriting, and then it turns it into text. So I can now notice how as I pull it down across the top of the table highlights, and I can put it right in there, and now it's embedded right into that table. So you can write in these cells as well, and it will automatically, or it will not automatically, but as you direct it to, it will actually turn it into text instead of just handwriting. And then the last one coming across, because I do want to save the Smart Exchange here for next week. The next one coming across is that you can see you've got some measurement tools that you can use for showing kids how to actually use protractors, how to use rulers. So for instance, if I can put a line out here, and now by clicking back to the select button, I can actually show them that you start to measure by using this line on top of the ruler rather than the end of the ruler. Or I can put two lines out and actually show them how to use a protractor and how to line it up. So there's different, and then there's a couple of other things. There's a triangle here, so you've got some triangles, and there's different math tools that you can use. So as I said, I'm going to leave the Smart Exchange for next week, but we're going to move along here. So we get pens. So you can see here that we can have all kinds of different colors of pens. So we've got pens, we've got calligraphic pens, we've got crayons. So I can do crayons in different colors. I can write my name. So there's all kinds of different pens. A lot of people, and as I talk to teachers, they've been kind of keen on this calligraphic pen because it's not quite so thick as this pen, although that's not too bad. But and you can change different colors, so you can have these coming up just as you want. So there's the text. So you can actually type text in here. Hello. And you can make that bigger or smaller. You can italicize it. So if you highlight it all, I can come up here and you notice that I've got options here for different fonts. So I can come down through and it's going to be Callisto, and then so I can change it up to the different font. There's some default fonts in here. I can bold it, I can italicize it, I can underline it, I can align it left, center, and right. Notice I can actually put colors in there, so the text colors are going to change, and I can change the size of the font as well. The other way that you can change the size of the font is if you click on it as an object. Instead of going in and actually changing the size, I can just drag this bottom right hand corner. There's a little drag circle, and I can just drag it and it will make it bigger. I can also turn it. So here at the top of it, you notice a green button, and this is the same on all objects within Smart Notebook, and I can use that to turn it. So if I wanted to put it at an angle and then move it in the middle here. So I can move it around and do those kinds of things. I've also got some shapes that I can work with. So if I want to put a triangle out, so maybe we're working on triangles, so I can put different triangles out. We can put a square out and measure the perimeter. There's rectangulars, there's ovals, circles, all kinds of different things, and there's even things like hearts and stars and all kinds of different objects in here that you can put out. Again, we've got fill colors and line colors. So if I wanted to have my triangles come out as yellow in the middle, and I want them to be red, and then come back to a triangle, and so I'm going to come back here and go fill color, recent colors. So if I click on that, now it's making me yellow triangles. So you can come in here and change the colors. And again, same thing with lines, thicker lines, thin lines, different colors of lines, different styles of lines. So those are all in here. So you can see that just getting your pages set up can be a little cumbersome at times, but it's really worth the effort. And if I was in a K5 classroom, actually if I was in any classroom, I'd have my whole lesson on here. I'd have everything I want the kids to focus on and do, and really this is going to be I won't say it's going to be my lesson plan, but it's going to direct the activities for the day and move along. So really you can put all kinds of stuff in here. Next week, we're going to have a look at underneath the gallery here. Oh, by the way, one other thing I wanted to show you here is that you notice that on the fourth button down, it's really the fill effects and the line effects. So if I'm clicking here, if I wanted a red background on my page, all I would have to do is to come into this, make sure that you're on the select button, click on the fourth button down, and if I click on it, you notice that now my page is red. I can change it to yellow, change it to green, whatever background I wanted to use. So there's all kinds of different background colors that you can do. It only does one page at a time, so if you wanted multiple pages, but you could have multiple pages. You could have the front page, as a nice pretty teal. And there we go. So next week we're going to take a look at, underneath the second tab down, we're going to take a look at the Lesson Activity Toolkit and the essentials, the galleries, so the images and the kinds of interactive tools that we've got in there. And we're also going to have a look at Smart Exchange, and it's a really powerful place where you can go and get lessons that other teachers have done up. So that's it for today. It's another Tuesday done, coming up on 4 o'clock. It's a great spring day, so get out there and enjoy the rest of it. And we will be back for our last edition of Tech20 Tuesday next week, where we look at Smart Notebook, and we're going to look, as I said, at the Gallery Essentials, Lesson Activity Toolkit, and the Smart Exchange, where it's a web-based exchange where teachers are sharing lessons. And that's it for today on Tech20 Tuesday. Hope to see you again next week. I'm Jeff Whipple. Goodbye for now.